What's good, YouTube? It's your main man, AB the Hero, back again with another video. And today, I got what you need, I got what you want, and I got what you've been asking for. LiAngelo Ball update. This is going to be interesting. I probably got some information that you haven't heard before. Like always, let's go.
Hanging out with my dude, AB the Hero.
What's
well,
up?
we getting it down in the Ball State, baby.
Hey.
AB, way to get out on the lane. Way to get out on the lane.
What do you thought about that, Jay?
I like that. Yeah, I told you, he's a hustler for it. Let's go. I'm out.
All right, appreciate y'all hitting the thumbs up before the intro is over. Real MVPs, all of y'all the face of this video. Much like if you look to my left right here, you see an ad. You see the entry, the beginning of the web. Y'all know what I'm talking about. This is the website for the Texas Legends, a game upcoming for the Greensboro Swarm. And guess who is on the flyer? Guess who they are using to promote the upcoming game? Now, shout out to my boy Ruben, who had the tickets to this. I was finna fly down there, boy, but the airplane tickets, they want an arm and a leg right now. But guess who? You would swear, based off this flyer, that your boy LiAngelo is getting the minutes he deserves, putting up points, and is packing houses. Is this false advertising based on the last game that we seen? My dog didn't even touch the court. Now, here's where we start. We have a team who has a player who got 0 minutes in the last game, but all of the opponents are thinking this is the dude we need to put on the flyer to sell tickets. That's what you call a marquee player. Now, we go here to Greensboro and we assess the situation. You have taken your lottery picks, James Bouknight, Kai Jones, and sent them down to the G League squad after a couple games to maybe get you a W. Has not happened yet. However, you got a guy on the team who in his first minutes dropped 22 points in 24 minutes of play late in the game. That made a game that this game still ended up being pretty much a blowout, but it would have been a ginormous blowout if he had not have played. Now you go here and you think, man, we got a dude on our team, got some notoriety, got some skill set, can hoop. Why are we not playing him? That's the question that I have in my head, right? I go and I look at the season statistics for LiAngelo Ball and games that he did play. You had the first game, gave you 22 points in 24 minutes. Second game, 13 minutes, 7 points. 14 minutes, 8 points. 4 minutes, 0 points. In each one of these games, plus minus was positive, except for one game where he was minus 17. So when I see that and I hear people say, oh yeah, but liability, he don't be playing defense, he don't do, the plus minus say otherwise. The plus minus say that when he's on the court, his team is scoring more than the other team is scoring in most cases. And this is interesting for a team who has not won a game that is determined based on who can score the most points. That's what I got for y'all on that. The field goal percentages are great. 69% from the field, 50% from the field, 50% from the field, 57% from the three-point land, 50% three-point land, 50% three-point land. Most teams would take that. Most teams would say, you know what? You're hooping, we're losing. You also are marquee type talent. Come on over here. Some reason the Greensboro Swarm are not doing that. This drives me to think, all right, so what's going on here? What is going on here? What could be the possible scenario, the situations? What are his peers doing? Is this a typical situation for the G League? Because like you, most of y'all and myself, I wasn't watching the G League last year. I wasn't paying attention to the G League the year before that. I'm just like these folks in Texas who realize your boy might be box office and I need to tune in. Just like most of y'all. I don't think that most of y'all watching the video about the G League last year, but you watching this one right now. Let's continue. So what I wanted to do was, I said, you know what? I know how these G League rosters are constructed, okay? Is that the issue there? And I got to thinking, there's something to this. If you look at this chart, and you've seen this chart before, if you've been subbed to this channel, you got two-way players. You got two-way players, right? That's guys who are the franchise is saying, you know what? We got two dudes. They're gonna spend halftime with us, halftime there, 45 days at the G League, and then the rest of the time up here with us. Okay. That's two guys on the roster, all right? Then you got affiliate players. These are the dudes who we signed and waived so we can get on the team. They came to training camp with us, all of that stuff. They didn't make training camp, but we're going to send them out. That's 4. That's 6 guys. That's 6 guys you invested in right now as an organization. 2 dudes who split in time. 4 guys who we signed. They came to camp and we sent them down there to y'all, okay? And then on top of that, and this is something that's not listed here as guys who become priority. If we scroll down here, we see NBA assignees. This is the current situation that has developed in Greensboro as well, where now you got guys who are lottery picks. They're not affiliate players. They wasn't signed and waived, and the rights are retained by the team. So we send you to the G League. These are not guys who want two-way contracts. You splitting time. These dudes who they getting paid NBA salary to play in the G League. Vernon Carey, JT Thor, Kai Jones, and James Bouknight. So now you got two-way guys, 4 affiliate guys, and then you got 6. How many did I say? Then you got 4 more guys who've been assigned to the team. That's 10 people on the G League roster who the organization is saying, we need these dudes to get minutes because these dudes are important to us. So now we scroll back up here and you got your roster that's built out by what? Local tryout players and NBA G League draft picks. Are they as important to you as guys you signed to contracts? And most of the time you had to sign a little guarantee there or something, waived them, and then sent them down to the G League. A local trial guy who you brought in, he hooped with y'all. You say, you know what, you cool, man, come to camp with us. This is the situation that my man Curtis Hollis found himself in. He got flown around the country, tried out for a bunch of teams, went to camp with one, things didn't work out, and then my dog pieced out. Now he dominating in the Dominican Republic right now. That's a question that I have for y'all later. Is that a route that my boy Gelo need to go? But in that thinking of, is this the situation? I said, well, let me see. Because like y'all, I wasn't watching the G League last year. They had their night team and everything, which ended up having the 2nd overall pick on it, and I still wasn't paying attention. I said, you know what, let me look at the draft board for this year. Let me compare guys who got drafted in the G League draft and see where their minutes stack up in comparison, right? Because I can imagine that teams all around the league are in similar situations to the Greensboro Swarm. We got affiliate players, we got two-way players, we got assignment players, and now we got to find time for these G League drafts. So we look at this first pick of the G League draft. Shamari Pons went to Delaware from South Bay. Now, if you had to guess, you spent the number 1 pick on the draft on this guy. Is he getting minutes or is he getting the Gelo treatment? We go see Shamari over here and we say Shamari is played in 5 games minimum, 27 minutes a game, 15 points. So Shamari is hooping. We got you, Shamari. You know what, forget all of these other stuff. You're gonna get your minutes. You're gonna get your minutes, right? You look at the Delaware Blue Coats roster, they played 5 games. Shamari played 5 games. Shamari got his minutes, okay? 27 minutes a night, that's damn good for a developmental league, right? We seen what Gelo did in 24 minutes, gave you 22 points. So we say, you know what, Shamari, bro, you might be on to something, okay? So now this is leaning towards the draft matters too. The draft matters too, right? We look at the 2nd pick here, Tyler Hegden. Now, Tyler Hegden, let me see if I can find him here. Tyler Hegden was an interesting case because, Tyler Hegden was an interesting case because when I pulled up his name, it said 0, 0, 0, 0. And I was like, something can't be right. The stats must not be populating or something like this. So I found the box scores. So we look at the Skyhawks. This is the team that Tyler Hegden plays for. And we click here, bam. And it loads up the box score for this game. Tyler Hegden, DMP. This is the second overall pick. DMP did not play, coach's decision. All right, we go to the second game here. This is the most second recent game. It's Tyler Hegden, Hegdorn, still DNP. So I'm gonna give y'all a spoiler alert. The man Tyler Hegden played 0 games this season. So that's a point for Gelo. He had at least the second guy who they picked. This dude, he's been sitting on the back of the roster for a while now and has not sniffed the court. Now let's go back this way. We go back to our list here of the draft, and we're not gonna go straight down here, right? But we'll go. We got Gabe York, 3rd overall pick. So we got the number 1 pick got minutes, number 2 pick is not playing. Now let's look at the number 3 pick, Gabe York. Gabe York played in only 1 game. 0 points, 9 minutes of play. If you put Gelo in for 9 minutes, we've already seen, damn, they're gonna give you a 10-point night. But Gabe York, your 3rd overall pick, Fort Wayne. I wanted Gelo to go to Fort Wayne too. Come on, bro. Fort Wayne, y'all could have did it right. You didn't do it right. You did it wrong. Now, you say, but maybe Fort Wayne only played 1 game. Fort Wayne right now has played 5 games, 6 games this season already. Your boy Gabe York, 3rd pick in the G League draft, only played in 1. Now, we can go down this list of G League players and see where folks landed. But what I wanted to do is, you know what, let's get a little bit closer to where Gelo was, right? Because that's important. If Gelo is later in the 1st round, maybe these guys here, their situation might be a bit different. So what I want to do is, let's do this. Let's go back to our list here. G League draft. And let's see. We got Gelo Ball, 13th overall pick. You got Lance Stevenson, who was picked before Gelo. Let's pull up Lance here. Lance played in 5 games, 33 minutes, 18 points. That's the pick before Gelo. Okay. Now we go back, check out our list again. We see, let's say, who was after Gelo. TJ Halls. Do we got TJ Halls loaded up? TJ Halls, bam. TJ Halls has played in 6 games, 26 minutes. So basically we look at this and we say, what is going on? What are you doing here? Greensboro, G League. You got these guys vying for an opportunity to be drafted, and you might be the 2nd overall pick and you might not play no minutes. You might be the 13th pick and you might play for a little bit. Shit, we might give you a shot. You will hoop your head off, and then all of a sudden we'll be like, you know what, man, actually, you're done. We're gonna chill. We got some other stuff. We got Book Night. We got these other guys we're trying to develop. And it's so interesting because the G League is one of the only leagues that I'm starting to hear people say, oh, it ain't about winning, it's about development. Which is so crazy to me, because when I hear people critique my dog, LaMelo, shout out, we got the new jar. And when he was in Lithuania, I heard him critiquing when he was in Australia. They said, but he didn't win. If he was that good, why didn't he win? So it's so funny how people pick and choose when development is important and when development is not important. Zaire Wade was picked ahead of the LiAngelo. He's played in 5 games, 14 minutes on average. One of the things that I also wanted to look at, and we're gonna wrap this video up here, is let's look at some of the guys who the Greensboro Swarm also picked ahead of LiAngelo Ball, and one of those guys was Inkena Ngundu or whatever. I'm sorry, my guy, I didn't mess up your name. But he's played in 6 games, 17 minutes a night, 4 points. I don't know, man. If we go all the way down this list, you see the other guys who Greensboro pretty much picked up as well are not really getting significant minutes, if any minutes at all. I think even the guy who they ended up picking here, Isaiah Blackman, he was cut coming out of training camp, so you can't even find him on the website outside of this list here. But that's information that I have for y'all. So I think what I'm trying to say is this G League thing is going to be a roller coaster for my dog LiAngelo Ball. It's gonna be a roller coaster for you as fans, me as well. You might get tickets to go see a LiAngelo Ball game, and all of a sudden you done got lucky, like my dog Ballfax, who sat courtside and then and was able to watch him score 22 points in 24 minutes. And you might be like my dog Ruben, who's going to this Texas game and might get a goose egg. Might not see LiAngelo play at all. DKM was just at the game. Didn't see LiAngelo Ball play at all. So it's Russian roulette right now in the G League. And as you can see, based on all of these different factors, it's really hit or miss whether or not you're going to make the team, if you're going to play or not, and all of that stuff, man. I said this in the video before. Sometimes the priority for this G League situation isn't necessarily picks and all of that stuff, but it's like, you know what, man, we need some pieces. We can just bring somebody else in. I will say the G League does work though. 41% of active NBA players have played in the G League, so it's a good spot to go to, but it's a crapshoot, hit or miss. It's your main man, ABD Hero. We getting out of here. Peace.
No, not peace. +1, triple B's. We out.